How's it going? This is Tori with Salt City Content. Today I want to talk to you about testing the water on your hot tub or spa. Typically you have two ways you can test the water. You can either use test strips or you can use like a liquid tester. Now, from a lot of experience, I've owned many hot tubs. I run a small hot tub service business, and I can tell you, forget the test strips. Doing the liquid testing is far better. One problem you have with the test strips is sometimes it's hard to tell what color, where that's landing. Is your pH 6.2 or is it 6.8, 7.2? A lot of times the color differential is just not there, and it's very difficult to get an accurate reading. Another thing also that can affect the test strips and even the liquid stuff is if you the way you store it. If you store it in a hot environment or a real cold environment, that actually can mess with the testing equipment. So I do recommend that you store any of your testing equipment in a controlled environment, roughly between 60 to 80 degrees. Don't leave it in the sunlight whatsoever. Leaving your testing equipment, whether it's the strips or the liquids, in the sunlight will also damage that particular testing equipment. So I particularly like this Taylor. Now this particular test kit only will test for chlorine, bromine, or pH. It does not test for alkalinity. Alkalinity is a very important thing you need to test for. Typically that is the first thing you want to test for to make sure your alkalinity is at a correct level. Then you move to pH, and when those are both balanced, then you move on to your sanitizing agent, whether that's going to be bromine or chlorine. Now when you do your testing with this, it's pretty simple. You just basically get that in the water, get it to a correct level. Give it 5 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put the top on, shake it, and then you can see the colors on there, and it makes it very easy to read. Now, as you can see from the test results, I have 0 bromine, and I have 8.2 pH, which is high. So in order to get that down, I need to put in a pH decreaser. So I'm going to do that right now. Key is to run the jets on low when you're adding your pH. So I'm going to let that cycle for about 15 minutes, and I'm going to retest it. Now, just to wrap up a few more things real quick. One that's important is to always check the expiration date on your testing equipment. Test strips will have an expiration date, and also the liquid testers will also have an expiration date. You want to make sure that you're using equipment that is still good and not past your expiration date. Also, one thing that is nice with test strips is it is an easy way to check for alkalinity, but in the liquid form you can buy a kit. This one here is a K2005 by Taylor that also does alkalinity, and I really like that, but it is definitely quite a bit more expensive compared to buying the test strips, but the accuracy is extremely well and much better than trying to understand. Like on this particular test strip, the alkalinity goes from like a mustard to a turquoise, but that green to turquoise, it's really hard to tell, is my alkalinity at 100 or is it at 140? Very difficult to tell between the different colors. So I typically don't like to use the test strips. I absolutely love the liquids. It's easy. You saw here just a couple drops, shake it, look at your results. Much better system. Also, just as a disclaimer, I'm not being paid or sponsored by Taylor. This is just the equipment I use. I've been using it for about 2 years now and absolutely love it. Easy to buy. You can pick them up on Amazon or most likely at any of your local hot tub shops. Anyways, that wraps up this video. I would appreciate a like and a subscribe if this is any of help to you, and catch you on the next video.